Hey guys, welcome back to part number 11 of the My Team career mode, which will be the Dutch Grand Prix. The activity we're choosing is going to be the sponsor event promotion, a little bit of cash spent for some team acclaim. At the moment, I'm still not focusing on the facilities as we do have the driver contract in the next race, which I'm going to be deciding by myself. In other news, we did have to choose a new sponsorship. We did have before, I believe it was, let me try and figure Eterp. This time you guys did want to get PSD, which was voted in the poll by you guys, so let's get this put on the car. People say I overdo my sponsors, but we have PSD on the side of the rear wing, we have PSD on the front of the car, and we also have PSD on the little side part of the car. So the car really is coming along right now. PSD hopefully should help us quite a lot with what we need. And if we have a look on the clothing suit, I want to see what it looks like. Doesn't really look like I can see it at the moment. We're not going to take any more parts out. I don't see it as a viable reason to take any parts out at the moment. Maybe a new control electronics. Let's take one of them. So that's the only penalty I think we are going to be taking for a new control electronics. We'll be able to get a new gearbox after this race, so that's one thing I am looking forward to. R&D wise, I believe we can do a chassis upgrade, which is right here, the cable assembly. That will really help. Obviously, we do have an engine cover coming in for the Italian Grand Prix. But in other news, only around a third of you guys are subscribed to this video, so please go down below, hit that subscribe button, as well as hitting that notification bell. It'll let you know when I upload videos, and it'll also let you know what's happening on the channel. As well as that, please click the like button, it's helped me get onto the algorithm. And additionally to that, I'm trying to think of another word instead, as well as, I do stream on Twitch. I stream every, I believe it is Thursday, Friday, and Sunday for my league races. Yeah, so all those links will be down below in the description. Let's head over to the driver briefing room for the Dutch Grand Prix, round 11. So looking here, looks like dry qualifying and a dry race. The development feedback, we are on the same level as Alfa Romeo and AlphaTauri. Yes, again, no one's really done any R&D, I don't think. Obviously, the top 5 teams have done a little bit. AlphaTauri have done a little bit of development. Alfa Romeo and us are on the same level. Obviously, waiting for a new control electronics to be put on the car. So we'll have a 5-place grid penalty in this race. Drawing the rivalry with Alonso. Let's see how we can do here. Let's see where our pace is at the Dutch Grand Prix, the circuit of Zandvoort. And not really how we wanted our first practice to end, coming around turn number 3 and just hit it in the wall and spinning out. Not what we wanted. So Lance Stroll looks like he's really found the curve here. Look at this, on the mediums compared to Lewis Hamilton, Valtteri Bottas and all those guys you expect to be the top on the softs. He's even 1.3 seconds quicker than his teammate on the harder compound. Looking at us down in P21 and P22, obviously we're going to take a 10-place grid penalty. Our car does not look suited to this track. I'm not expecting points this Grand Prix. So here we are for practice 2. Obviously, quick practice. We did what we could. I couldn't really do a full-on push lap. I've not had a chance to do anything that is considered pushing around here. So I'm just hoping that slow and steady wins the race in qualifying. So yeah, we're just here doing our race strategy, and now we're going to just finish off the final track acclimatization, which will be for an engine power upgrade. Next thing I'm going to do is head over into the qualifying pace and getting our R&D points, as well as, let's risk it. Actually, let's not risk it, it's just R&D points. So still, we're going to get another R&D one, then we are not going to be able to do any more. So here we are over to practice 3. Here we are for practice 3. We have to get these final upgrades done, which should be okay. We're going to see, oh, we failed that one. We're going to do these upgrades here, and then we are going to see what upgrades we can get on the car, which can hopefully be on the car by around about the Italian Grand Prix, if not the Singapore Grand Prix, I believe it is after. That's all the practice sessions done. Let's go. There we are, Guan Yu Zhou bringing in some R&D points alongside. Look at that, 1.7, nearly 1.8 R&D points. Our acclaim level is now level 7, so we're getting closer to having the chance to getting our second level of driver perks. So we are going to head into durability. Durability is where I think we're going to do some upgrades. ICE improved materials are going to do an upgrade on there. And we cannot do the turbo durability. By the time we get this upgrade on the car, the turbo durability should be free pretty much. We do have 1.2, 1.6 R&D points after the race. We might have around about 2,000 R&D points to play with, which means we can get all these upgrades done for Spec 1. We will need to upgrade the Spec 2 facilities when we have signed a new driver. If we sign a new driver, or we'll keep Guan Yu Zhou on. I don't know. Only time will tell. Let's head into Zandvoort here. And considering we're already taking the 10th place grid penalty, what I'm going to do in this race is we are going to take out complete new engine parts. Fresh engine parts. Obviously, we are going to keep on the new parts, but we are going to get new engine parts here. And we're going to use these engine parts to hopefully claw our way up the field and towards points, hopefully. So what we're going to do is we are going to completely sit out of qualifying and head straight to the race.
Welcome along then to the North Sea coast and Zandvoort, 25 miles away from Amsterdam, and the host for today's Dutch Grand Prix. It's a race the great Jim Clark won on 4 occasions, leading for an astonishing total of 370 laps. 4 lefts and 10 rights make up the 14 corners of the narrow and demanding Zandvoort circuit, with plenty of peaks and valleys over the course of a 2.6-mile lap, which will demand absolute concentration from our drivers here today. And I'm joined once again by Anthony Davidson to bring you the lowdown for today's race. Let me ask you about Aston Martin. What do you make of their performance so far this season?
Well, the atmosphere within that team seems very positive at the moment. Everyone seems like they're in great spirits and having a lot of fun doing what they do, and that's definitely contributed to the performances we've seen.
Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks for today's race. An immense lap from Lewis Hamilton yesterday puts him on pole position, and it's Valtteri Bottas that completes the front row. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Ricciardo, Charles Leclerc and Sainz, Perez, Vettel, Stroll and Pierre Gasly, Fernando Alonso, Tsunoda, Lando Norris and Ocon, Raikkonen, Mick Schumacher, Antonio Giovinazzi and George Russell, Joe, Latifi, Mazepin and the Professor. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track.
After the points finish last race, let's aim to keep the momentum going.
There wasn't really any shocks in qualifying. Pretty neutral grid. I am going to be taking a different strategy. We're going to go medium. Oh, we can't go medium softs. We're going to go hard softs, I think. I'm going to flip it around. I believe that's going to take just that, so 24 laps on the hard tyres. 12 laps on the softs. They're going to be absolutely speedy at the end of the Grand Prix. Obviously, we know how we do fuel. We're going to get 49.4 kg of fuel in the car. Car setup I am running. I didn't get a chance to show you guys this. 7/8 wings, 80% on the throttle adjustment, and the off throttle is 55%. Pretty standard suspension geometry, what we use on pretty much every setup. 3/6 on the suspensions, 9/9 on the roll bars, and 4/8 on the ride heights. 98% on the brake pressure, 57% on the brake bias, and the tyre pressures 21.8 on the fronts and 23.5 on the rears. Let's have a quick check of what tyres other drivers are on. Right, I'm not going to be able to remember this from memory, but basically Gasly, Alonso, Tsunoda, Ocon, Raikkonen, Schumacher, Giovinazzi, Russell, Latifi, Mazepin, and us are starting on hard tyres. It's interesting to see pretty much half the grid on hard, half the grid on softs. It's going to really mix up strategies. I might want to change my strategy then. You know what? We're going to revert it. We're going to go stick with our hard, soft strategy. Come in a lap earlier, I'd say. And yeah, let's see how we can do here. The circuit of Zandvoort. So as we know, Zandvoort, the first time it had been on the F1 calendar, was meant to be on the F1 2020 calendar. But the race was cancelled in the end. So, just going to be interesting to see. Obviously, Zandvoort tight. A lot of undulation. A lot of elevation changes. It's very interesting. It's more of an old style F1 circuit, similar to Brands Hatch. So yeah, let's get around to the starting grid and see how we can do here. I'm hoping we can get at least into the midfield. I'm not expecting points whatsoever. So yeah, let's see what we can do here at Zandvoort. This stadium section is going to be electric on the last lap. As we almost snap it into the wall there, but that stadium section is going to be immense on the last lap, especially if Max Verstappen is leading. Oh, it's going to be a crazy race. It's going to be crazy. And look at this around here. We've got all this grandstand around here. It is going to be a great, great race, I think, for the ambiance and the atmosphere. But here we are, as we line up into our grid slot. It's going to be down to 5 red lights. Obviously, we know how much acceleration we want. We want the overtake mode activated. It's lights out and away we go. Did we get a good start? Looks like we do. We're going to have to go into the middle of Nicholas. We're going to have to take the outside. We're going to have to go down there around the outside of a lot of drivers here. Obviously, still running some old engine components here. We've lost a lot of places there from our initial start. There's Nicholas Latifi on the outside. Obviously, we know that our car isn't really suited to this track. So the hard tyres are going to make it even harder to get places. Us and Nicholas Latifi having a drag race down this. I don't know if you can call this a straight round turn 5 up the inside. Managed to keep the place there on Nicholas Latifi. There's a regular down 6th gear here. Nicholas is trying to go up our inside. It's not going to work there, Nicholas. As we keep going around here, it's such a short lap around here. But yeah, there we are. There is the initial start phase over with, I believe. We're keeping up with the guys in front. Nikita Mazepin, Giovinazzi, Russell, Schumacher. Zhou has managed to get up into P16. Brilliant start from him. Brilliant start from him. Can we hopefully get a driver down into the chicane? No, we're not. We're going to actually have to back out as Nicholas Latifi is going to try it back around our outside. I don't want to drive into the back of any of those guys in front. That would have been costly for us. But obviously, as we know, we're going 23 laps on these hard tyres. Hopefully those tyres will last. As we're coming to the end of lap 1 already. It's about a 1 minute 14, 1 minute 15 at full pace, if that. As we're coming down to the start-finish straight, we're going to send a dive up the inside of Nikita Mazepin in 3rd gear. Hopefully he gives us the room, which he does. Obviously, Nikita Mazepin's going to have a better run into the second part of the corner here as we get back on the racing line. I'll take that position. Thank you, Nikita. We'll try and run the outside of Giovinazzi. We're not going to be able to get the run on him. We appear to be closing in the braking zones in that first sector. But, yeah, don't want the car to snap on us, do we? As we're coming down here, like, look at this. On the brakes now, trying to get around this section. The AI seems to be really quick. For the section as Giovinazzi and even us have a bit of a moment there. This outside curbing, really don't want to be on there. Yeah, we're closing in on the guys in front. We have another snap. Look at that for a drift. Oh, my word. Yeah, Giovinazzi just seems to be a bit quicker than us on these hard tyres. Here we are. We're coming to Antonio Giovinazzi now. We're going to use ERS and DRS. Are we going to be close enough? I don't think we are. We're getting on the brakes now. We're not close enough this lap. We're going to be able to get a better exit. Not at the moment, it doesn't look like. We're going to be able to go around the outside, maybe? Nah. I'm going to have to wait for another straight here. Sizing up and move here on Giovinazzi. I think we're going to get him this lap. Yellow flags. That is for one of the Alpines. We're not going to be able to overtake Giovinazzi. It's not allowed because of yellow flags. It is Fernando Alonso who appears that he has just spun it on the exit. But that means our chance there to overtake Giovinazzi has been taken away from us, which is annoying. Yeah, that was scary. That was very scary. Oh my god. Wow. How we didn't crash there, I do not know. I need that clear air in front. But the problem is the dirty air that I've got is giving me no chance to get past these guys. Like, look, I've got DRS, I've got ERS, I close right in.
Keep pushing. You're gaining on the car ahead.
Gonna outbrake Giovinazzi, who's turned in on us. I don't think we got damage. We do not have damage, but that's one guy dealt with. Dealed with, I was going to say, does not make sense. Let's try and get past George Russell, who obviously won't have DRS. Once we get that clean air, I think we can get up to Russell and Schumacher. and even Zhou. Sorry, Schumacher and Zhou and Kimi. We'll be able to get up to. So we can get a good run out here. Go as low down as we can. Activating ERS and DRS. This should be an easy move here on George Russell as we send it around the outside. Look at the overspeed that we have on George. Not going to try it back. And there we are, up into P17. Let's get after Schumacher and Kimi now. Guan Yu's pitting in, so that's going to promote us up to P16. The clean air's definitely helping. We've closed from about 4.5 down to 2.4 on Schumacher right now. The clean air definitely helping us with our strategy that we're going with. Hopefully trying to get into the points towards the end of the race on those fresh soft tyres. Yeah, at the moment these tyres are doing pretty well. We're going pretty well. There's a yellow flag on the back straight. I think that's for Guan Yu Zhou. I think that's for Guan Yu. And it is for Guan Yu. It looks like his car has had an engine failure. Yeah, it sounds like the car's just given up on him. Doesn't look like an engine failure. It looks more like a control electronics issue. Let's sit on board with him here. Let's hear the engine just conk out. Yeah, sounds electrical. Sounds electrical. The car's not shut off. That means our teammate is out of the Grand Prix in what could be his potential last race for the team. So, unfortunate there for Guan Yu. I don't know what's really happened to the car. We have to investigate that. But Guan Yu Zhou is out. Will there be a safety car? Well, it's parked pretty safely. So, I'm going to say no safety car. Safety car would really help our race though. We're going to change the strategy. We're going to come in on lap 22 and pull the plug on the pit stops. So another 5 laps on these tyres. Right, Jeff, we're on lap 20. So around about, we want to do some maths here. 5/9 through the race. Jeff, these tyres feel awful. We were closing on Schumacher now. Schumacher's kind of pulling away. You still thinking the same pit stop strategy, Jeff? Hello, Jeff.
We'll be doing one more stop today. One stop left in our strategy. Pit window will open in 3 laps time. Pit window opens in 3 laps.
Yeah, Jeff's saying same strategy. That's just proof that these tyres are going off. I'm doing the same thing each and every lap and we're losing time to Mick. I think Russell might even be gaining on us, so. Lap 23, Jeff. You better make this strategy work. I want to finish in the top half of positions, please. We're so slow right now. We are so slow right now. Jeff, I'm going to come in next lap, lap 22 rather than 23, and we're going to pull the plug on the pit stops. Right, boxing this lap, Jeff. Boxing this lap, Jeff. Let's box in. Get those soft tyres ready for me, mate. We're going aggressive till the end. As we come into the pits now. My brake pedal. As we line it up perfectly, let's see what stop we can do from the boys. Into the grid slot. 2 seconds stop. What a stop. Can we get a repeat of that, please? What a pit stop that was. And as we come in out of here, out of the pit lane, safety car has come out. Safety car has been deployed. Perez is out of the session. I couldn't even capture what happened there. I don't even know what's happened there. Yeah, this is really going to help our Grand Prix as we're on soft tyres. These guys in front of Latifi Mazepin have got to pit in. I think we're going to be able to jump Alonso and them. Meaning that we have possibly just helped ourselves get points in this Grand Prix. So I don't know what happened to Perez. It looks like it was just an engine failure. But yeah. And Ocon's out. So maybe an incident between those two. I will have to go back into the race highlights. Have a look what happened there. But interesting to see 2 drivers out there. We managed to jump Mick, or has Mick come out? Mick's come out ahead. Up into P14 though. That's good now. Vettel's lost some positions, so has Mick. We're the only guy on the soft tyres, so we've got to make these soft tyres last. Just be aggressive from the get-go, use the tyres, get into the points. So points could actually happen here. So here we are. I can see P10, which is Yuki Tsunoda. So it's 4 drivers we've got to overtake. So we get a bit of warmth in our tyres there. That was the only reason for that. But this could work out really well for us. Obviously, we've got more tyre grip than these guys in front. We're going to have another lap behind the safety car. Points could actually happen here. Points could happen here.
Until the timing line.
Safety car is in this lap. I wonder when. I think it is Lewis or Valtteri at the front. I'm unsure. It's one of the Mercedes. I wonder when they are going to go. Because once they go, we're going to be on the straight. So I'm going to try and get as close up to Mick as I possibly dare. Are we going? I'm going to stick it to Mick's outside. And we're gone. Look at this. Sticking on Mick's outside. Getting the slipstream off Sebastian Vettel. That is one place made already. As we're going to go. Oh my god. Mick Schumacher tries it. Gets Raikkonen as well. So we are going to be overtaking Sebastian Vettel here. Obviously our tyres have got a bit more grip than the medium runners. Kimi is also on the soft tyres. So he's going to have an advantage to Mick. As Vettel's going to try back down our inside as he does touch our side pod. We're going to get a better exit than Sebastian. Yes we are. So yeah. Now it's just about a sprint till the end and do what we can, and hopefully we can score points here. Just you do qualifying lap after qualifying lap after qualifying lap. We do have Sebastian Vettel right behind us. We are going to use our ERS on the straight. Obviously we don't have to be as conservative with our ERS. Now we are coming to the end of the race. As we get on our brakes here, Mick Schumacher's going to keep the position, but look at the grip that we have. We have so much more grip in the corners than Mick Schumacher, who is on those medium tyres, obviously. Let's try and size up and move. We're going to get a switch back here. Sebastian Vettel's tapped us on our inside. Luckily, neither of us have got damage. Sebastian might have a little bit there on his front wing. But yeah, let's keep pushing on. We've got a better run on Mick Schumacher this lap. This should be an easy overtake here. Using the ERS all the way down the straight. Mick Schumacher's going all the way to the walls. We get a purple sector 3. Going around the outside of Mick here as Mick tries it. He's tapped us. We get up into P12. Let's go. We're going to get a run on Kimi Raikkonen here with ERS and DRS. Here we go down the straight here using all of our ERS. We're going to go around the outside of Kimi Raikkonen. Leave the door open. Look at that. Up into P11. Next up, Yuki Tsunoda and Stroll. I believe we can get Yuki. Hopefully our tyres do last till the end of the race. P11 though. Would not be upset with that result. Let's keep going here. Let's keep pushing on. 5 laps to go. Yep, so I don't think we are going to catch Yuki Tsunoda. Max Verstappen keeps saying fast lap, trying close down to the Mercedes to win this home Grand Prix. But like I said, could not be disappointed with P11 after starting P22, up 11 places. Just disappointing that we're not in the points. Ah, stupid engine penalties. Yellow flags behind. I think that is for Nikita Mazepin, who's had a spin. And it is. Could this game get any more realistic? So around the final corner here, we're going to be heading on to the final lap of the race. 3 of F1's most experienced drivers. Kimi Raikkonen, our old rival. Sebastian Vettel, a 4-time world champion. And Fernando Alonso, our current rival and 2-time world champion. In that little group there, they have a combined amount of 7 world titles. And then there's us, who's halfway through our rookie season in F1. Hopefully we can stay ahead of these guys. And come home in P11. Could someone in front retire, please? Or spin? Would be greatly helpful and get us point. Max Verstappen will not be victorious as Valtteri Bottas wins the Dutch Grand Prix, followed by Hamilton. And then Verstappen. Ricciardo coming home in P4. I think that's Leclerc in P5, Sainz in P6, Norris in P7, Gasly P8, Stroll P9, Tsunoda P10, us at P11. Can't complain. Beat both our previous rival and our current rival. Cannot complain with that.
What a great race then, and what a magnificent victory here at the Dutch Grand Prix. Anthony, tell me, what was it that helped them achieve this success?
Well, I honestly feel it was down to the driver and car today. I mean, we can talk driver skill all day, but if you don't have a solid team to back that, you're never going to get anywhere. When you hit that sweet spot of having both an excellent driver and an incredible car, that's when you see results like those we witnessed today.
Mercedes are on top form once again after an excellent race weekend. It's great to see them up on that podium once again.
So, a very interesting race there. Obviously, unlucky for Sergio Perez and Ocon. I don't know what happened to them. Guan Yu Zhou obviously had an engine failure. Good race from us. P22 up to P11, up 11 positions. At the moment, Lewis Hamilton leads that Drivers' Championship by 4 points. We are 13th on 15 points. And we have all the points for Toyota, who are currently in P8. I'm expecting a P7 by the end of the season, I would say. P8 I would not complain with, though. But yeah, let's head over, see if we have an interview with Claire, see what R&D we can do. And we go from there.
Good day today. Let's have your take on it. How do you feel these grid penalties are affecting the sport?
I'm not going to comment on that. I don't feel that's a comment.
You, didn't we?
I don't really know how to answer that. I mean, you could say that you did underestimate me. I mean, my team has faith in me. It feels great to live up to it.
How do you think this team will be feeling after that result?
They worked really hard to get that result.
It was more like dodgems than Formula 1 today, wasn't it?
They were just little friendly nudges. Just little friendly nudges.
Great. Well, that's everything.
It's alright, Claire. Yeah, as we can see, Fernando does take lead of the rivalry. Thank you. Thanks to him not having an engine penalty. Our claim level's now level 7. The team is nearly at level 11, so that's good to see. We do bring in 401k cash, so that means we are going to do a development upgrade for one of the facilities. Here we are. We have come to the contract renewal. I'm going to leave that for the next episode. I feel like that's going to be good to see in the next episode. There's a performance comparison. Alpine and Aston Martin just pulling away slightly. We are going to do, I believe it is an aero upgrade, where we have the second number. So we have number 2. So we're going to upgrade the quality control, which will be here by the 16th of September. We also have a mail here, which is for the driver stats update. We will do that. I'm going to leave the contract negotiation till the next episode. So that's going to be very, very interesting to see. But yeah, that's how we finished as my team. I'm not going to give a vote to you guys for which driver to choose from. I'm going to take some time away and think about that myself. But I'm going to leave you guys with the race highlights. Peace out. See you in the next episode.